The top two teams in the 2A East met to battle for the championship Friday night, and they did not disappoint. Morenci's stifling zone defense gave Pima fits all night long, but they were able to open the scoring by finding Dawson Przinski down low for two. Diego Mendoza then answered for Morenci with a sweet teardrop in the lane, and it was game on. Pima found the range from deep with Andrew Taylor hitting 2 threes in the first period, but the shots were far and few between as the Roughriders only made 5 threes for the entire game. Instead, Morenci's crushing zone defense caused misses and turnovers more often, and Jordan Leonard was hot from deep to keep the teams even. With Przinski out with 2 fouls early in the first, Morenci's 6'10 center John Olmsted took advantage and scored in the paint. Leonard then snagged this pass and took it back the distance for the score. By the time Diego Mendoza hit this 3 at the end of the period, Morenci found itself in the lead 13-10. At the start of the second period, Przinski immediately picked up his 3rd foul running through a pick while guarding Olmsted. Right afterward, Olmsted gathered the ball beyond NBA three-point range and challenged Przinski with a drive. Cut off with nowhere to go, Olmsted leaned in at the free throw line and tossed an alley-oop to himself off the backboard for the jam, which ignited Morenci's sizable crowd. It would be the only field goal for Morenci in the period. Points were at a premium in the second for sure, and Pima coach Cliff Thompson inserted point guard Trey Thompson at the high post to stir things up. Trey managed to split the defenders here and get this one to go over Olmsted's outstretched arms. That would be Pima's only field goal of the second period, as the teams stood toe-to-toe against each other, and Morenci went into halftime up 18-15. With Przinski in foul trouble, Pima turned to reserve forward Hayden Ashby to defend Olmsted. And while his contributions won't light up the stat sheet, Ashby was one of Pima's most valuable players of the game, not only in his defense against Olmsted, but for doing the intangible, like gathering a teammate's blocked shot and finding Manuel Rivera for 3 to tie the game at 18 in the opening minute of the third period.
Dawson was going out, so I just had to step up, and I don't know, I can play like that, and I just had to play as strong as I can. I just gave it my all.
How do you play against a guy like that? Just front him all the time, not try to deny the ball?
That was pretty much the goal. Don't let him get the ball, because he's going to score on me if he gets it.
Trey Thompson also stepped it up in the third, giving Pima its first lead since the opening minutes of the game on this jumper, and then taking a charge against Leonard on defense. Leonard bounced right back to retake the lead with this three-pointer, and Przinski was called for his 4th foul with 4:09 to go in the third period, and had to take a seat. With Przinski on the bench, it was Jake Whitaker's turn to step it up, and he nailed this jumper. And while Ashby continued to play tough defense on Olmsted, you can only contain the big man for so long, as he gathered this entry pass on the block and finished it off with a power slam. Luckily for Manny Rivera, the bank was open late Friday night, and his three-pointer tied it up at 25 heading into the 4th period. Ashby continued to play tough defense on Olmsted and drew an offensive foul on this play, and then fought intensely for the rebound and ended up getting a jump ball call with possession to Pima. Trey Thompson found his range from deep, and Przinski took it right at Olmsted, who just missed the block and ended up slapping the backboard, which drew a technical foul that Przinski hit as well. With no shot clock in high school, Pima then went into its delay offense with the lead and eventually found Trey Thompson for the layup. Even with great defense and a hand right in his face, Olmsted stepped outside and hit this 3 to bring Morenci within 2, 33-31 with 1:23 to play. You have to give Cliff Thompson credit for how he managed the Przinski foul situation, as Dawson was there at the end of the game to hit much-needed free throws. Leonard came right back and let one fly from deep that brought Morenci within 1, 35-34, with just 50 seconds to play. But with ice in his veins, Przinski stepped up and nailed 2 more free throws to extend the lead back to 3. Olmsted then got Przinski in the air and got him to foul out on his defense of this 3-point attempt. However, Olmsted only hit 1 of the 3 free throws, and Morenci was down 2 with 27 seconds left. Ashby was called on again and stepped up on defense with some help and stopped Olmsted from scoring at the end of the game. and Pima finished off its season unbeaten at home as the regional champions for the second straight year.
It was all good. We were playing together just like we wanted to. Came out with all the right energy and everything. Just couldn't hit some free throws at the end to keep us in it.
How does this help you guys moving forward into the state tournament?
It shows us that we can play with anybody we want to. We just got to bring the right attitude and effort and the right energy every day.
Tell me about throwing down those dunks. That first one, were you trying to throw it off the backboard?
Yeah, that's what I meant to do. It just hit the rim.
You still were able to grab it and throw it down though, huh?
Yeah.
And the second one, just got the lower, got some good footwork down there and got the placement down low, huh?
Yeah, just go up, power dribble and dunk it.
Anything else you want to say about tonight's game, John?
No, just a good game.
How did you feel about getting your shot here to play in the regional championship game?
It was awesome. There's nothing better than winning here at our home. That's nothing better.
Anything else you want to say about tonight's game, Hayden?
We're just getting ready for state, and we're going to keep working hard.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, they're the #1 team in the state for the reason, and they're battle tested in those situations. You know, and we're trying to get to that point where, you know, we know what it's like to play in those really, really big games, and, you know, we're moving in the right direction as a program. But, you know, like we told these guys, I mean, this is just the first step. You know, we had a sectional tournament, and now we get ready to play the state tournament, and hopefully, you know, we show up and just bring the right attitude and the right effort. And I think that we'll go as far as, you know, that'll take us. I couldn't be more proud of the guys. You know, if you want to put it on anybody, put it on me. You know, maybe a play here, a play there, I could have done differently, but I'm proud of the effort and the attitude they brought.
Coming in, I was concerned because they are playing really well right now, and that zone Morenci runs with the big 6'10" boy in the middle. John, does a really good job of protecting the rim, and that allows the guards to be super aggressive, and they are. And so you know, you got to take care of the ball. You got to be smart. So I think Coach Hepper's doing a really good job with them. What I really appreciated was some people stepping up. I mean, Hayden doesn't even play, hasn't even got in the game 5 or 6 varsity games this year. And so to have him come in and step up and play the way he did with Dawson in foul trouble was awesome. I'm really proud of him. It was a playoff type atmosphere. We played back-to-back nights just like we have to at state. So it's a good dress rehearsal, you know what I mean? And hopefully we learn some things, and we can, I just like that we had a lot of adversity, and we came through when we had to. So, and I really hope Morenci does well in the play. I think they can go beat a few teams, and early on, I'd like to see our region do really well at state, including us.
Reporting from Pima for the Gila Herald, I am John Johnson, inviting you to come see the difference.